Finally, courses are completed and real life starts now.
Ooh.
However, first I wanted to talk a little bit about my studies this past year in graphic design and how they changed me. What changed about myself during this time, and do I still like it? How much I've improved, for example. Yeah, things like this. Hello world, my name is Ivana, and for the past year I've been pivoting my career from development to design, and specifically I started digging into graphic design more these past few months by taking specific courses for marketing campaigns or logo designs, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've learned and how I've improved my skills and so on. I'm taking courses through an academy sort of thing. It's not like a boot camp that the Americans have, and it's not a university degree, but it's something in between. It's not super intensive and it's not super slow, 4 years for a degree. And so the courses have been really good, in my opinion, of course. I obviously haven't used only the courses knowledge. I use a lot of YouTube and other courses, but everything combined and my practice on the side, obviously, has helped me build up my graphic design skills and obviously improve, I hope at least. So maybe some of you are also on their journey or starting to learn graphic design, and maybe you're curious how things go when you're learning graphic design. So I'm sharing my experience now. First, and I think sort of most notable thing, is I keep wondering which font is used everywhere. Signs outside or websites or everything. I keep wondering which font has been used. Even while watching Eurovision, I was wondering oh, which font is that? The Olympics are going on right now. I know they have their own font. They've created their own typeface for the Olympics, which is great. But it's something that I notice everywhere now. Oh, this G is different than that G, or this T looks like this in this font and stuff like this. Even in Cyrillic, I'm gonna be honest, there aren't as much typefaces in Cyrillic. Therefore, it's much, or it's a little bit easier at least, to tell them apart, but still it's interesting. Next thing is I started noticing bad kerning. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've gotten very good at kerning, but I've noticed myself noticing or paying attention to kerning, and I started kerning letters for word marks or big titles or something like this. And because I pay more attention to it, I learn from other materials or from videos about kerning to advance my skills in that, naturally. Same goes for tracking and leading. Ever since I finished the logo design course, I also started noticing how well made sort of other logos are, or how well they match the industry that they have to be for, the brand is in. I started noticing how obvious the logo marks are, or how not obvious they are, obviously. And I also started noticing, do they blend in or stand out in that industry that they are for? I think this is an interesting I just start noticing different industries. It's an interesting advancement for me in particular, because I never paid attention to logos before. And so related to this, I think I also started noticing recognizing good from bad designs. Like, I'm trying to see how the design is bad and what can be done better. Not for all designs, obviously. Like, most of the designs seem pretty fine for me. Like the big offenders, like no hierarchy or too many colors or no focal point into a design. I think I'm starting in my head redesigning it while watching it, while seeing it somewhere, like maybe a billboard or like online social media post or something like this. And yeah, maybe that's good practice. But in general, I think I've just started paying more attention to design, you know? Like, not always on purpose, but I am genuinely interested what other people have designed before me. It could be, again, like logos. It could be like menus in a restaurant, or like I said, billboards or something social media related. Those materials are all the same exact as before I started designing. But right now I am looking at them from different eyes, or from different brain, sort of, from different experience. And so I see them differently. And yeah, I don't know, it's really interesting to see how things change like this, even in a few months, honestly. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some work process related things that I've noticed with designers. And that is, I realized graphic designers, like, they don't just come up with great ideas immediately. And they're also, like, they're not waiting for ideas to come to them. Like artists say, oh, I don't have my muse right now, or something like this. No, that's not how it works with design. You don't wait for something to come to you. You go out and search for them. Search for that interesting idea or that thing that would make your design work. However, I have noticed that some good ideas come to you in most unexpected times and places. Share in the comments if you've had some idea come to you in an unusual place, okay? Another thing is, a good design does not happen in a single try, so to say. You need to make several iterations, probably, of the design or of your idea. Change ideas completely, do several iterations on that idea and design to see, like, eventually the thing will emerge from those iterations. The solution will eventually come because you've put in the work and because you've checked, oh, this doesn't work or that doesn't work, but this here works, and this is the right solution for the problem. I think this is part of the reason why clients shouldn't expect, like, a good design in such a short amount of time, like a day or even less or something like this. This is ridiculous. We need the time to try out, test things, and see what works best, and then propose it to you as the solution. This means that we've gone through the bad designs, we've checked all of them, and we remove them from the equation, and we give you only the good design. And last thing, I think I've started paying more attention to detail. This is very important for designers. I know this, and I thought I did early on, but the amount of aligning and font size changes and hierarchy that I'm doing right now is way more, obviously, than it was in the beginning. And yeah, I just started noticing this. Like, I pay more attention to detail, like, how big is that shape compared to the other shape, or how big is the title font compared to the body font size. And it's just, I'm not pedantic in any way, or at least not yet, but I have noticed how much more attention to detail I pay. And it's, I think it's good because everyone is expecting you to do that anyway. And I also want to be satisfied with my work. And so if something is not aligned correctly, it's bothering me a lot now. And I want to say again that these changes do not happen overnight. Like, this has been months in the works. It's been over a year actually. It's just, if you work on it, and sometimes even if you don't expect for something to happen, things will happen naturally with you learning and practicing. Every project I worked on or created, every feedback I received has taught me all of these things, of course, and has made me a little bit better over time. And so I think obviously I still like graphic design. 1 year in, we'll see next year how it is. But yeah, I expect more and more things to change. We'll see in the future how things change. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I hope you get something out of it, or maybe you will try and work on some of these things that I was talking about. And yeah, if you have any feedback for me, write down in the comments or let's talk. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye. I am very talkative. Okay. I started noticing how obvious maybe the logos are, or not obvious. Maya. We need the time to try out. We need the time to try out. We need the time to try out